Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a DIY brow tint at home. Today is my third time trying out this product and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's really easy, you can do it at home and it only costs a couple dollars. Times are tough right now and not everybody can go out and get their brows tinted. So if that's you and you want to learn how to tint your brows at home, keep watching. So now that we're at my vanity, let's get started. I don't know about you guys, but all of quarantine, I have been trying to grow out my brows. I mean, nobody's gonna see me anyways. I've just been sitting in the house. And I mean, the early 2000s really did some damage on my brows. They were thin. But yeah, I've been trying to grow them out. I've been coloring them in for a couple years now. I think I've done a pretty good job at coloring them in. Definitely was a struggle at first. But nowadays, I mean, I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, I have to go to work, and I don't want to spend 10 minutes doing my brows every day. I mean, if I could handle getting them tattooed, I would, but that's not for me. So we're gonna try this brow tinting at home. I mean, hey, save me money, save me time, I'm interested. So here's what we have. We have the Just for Men beard dye. It is for mustache and beard. I got the medium dark brown. I know for like normal brow products, I'm normally like a medium brown. You can pretty much go with whatever hair color you're wanting on your brows. Some people like darker brows, some people don't. So inside your box, you're gonna get a couple things. You're going to get this little boat to put your product in. You're going to get your color base and your color developer. And you're going to get this little brush and a pair of gloves. I don't see a need for the gloves since we're doing our brows, so I personally don't use gloves. We will need the brush later in the instructions, so I am going to keep it, but it's obviously way too big to do my brows. I do not have brows that large. That would be scary. And then you get a lovely instruction packet. Now, like I said, this is my third time doing this with the same product. So I do know that this product doesn't irritate my skin. And I actually do have pretty sensitive skin normally. But you should definitely check this. You could do a test patch like on your arm just to see if your skin is going to react to it. You don't want to get a rash. You don't want to have like a chemical burn on your face. But that really shouldn't happen with this because it is meant for your face. It does say that it's not meant for brows, but again, we are on a budget, times are hard, and we're gonna do what we need to do to get our brows looking good. The instructions also say that if you're worried about staining your face or you want to have like a protective barrier where you don't want the dye to go, you could put Vaseline. So for a guy, you know, they would like probably put it right here on their cheek. For the brows, you know, you could put it around your brow just to make sure that you don't get it anywhere that you don't want it. But I personally don't do that because I'm gonna be using a teeny tiny little angled brush. We're going to use this to apply it. And I'm so precise with it that I don't personally need the Vaseline around my eyebrows. And also, if you mess up, you can actually just get a makeup wipe and you can clean up the line before your time is up and it won't stain your skin. The instructions say to leave the product on for 5 minutes and then rinse off with soap and water. I did it for 5 minutes the first time and I did see results, but not as much as I wanted. So then I waited a couple weeks, so I did it again and I waited, I think 8 minutes. And I really liked how those turned out. And that was about 2 weeks ago. The hairs do stay dark. So like I definitely noticed my brow hairs are still pretty dark, but the staining of the skin that it does, that fades within a couple of days. And I personally like where the skin is stained because I have bald spots in my brows and that kind of fills it in and makes it look like I already filled it in with a pencil, but I didn't. So let's get started. So the amount of color developer and color base that you need is just, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So you're going to take your developer and the box says to do a line. You don't need that much product. You really don't need a lot at all. So yeah, you can kind of see I've already used it. It's a little bit dirty. But all you need is just a little bit. Like really, that's enough. That's plenty. And it's equal part. So I'm gonna get our developer, same thing, pretty equal amount. close them really, really tight, and then store these in the box so that you can use them again. Because this is a lot of product and you can get a lot of uses out of this. The instructions say to use the back of the brush that they gave you to mix. I'm just mixing the product. It should be like a tan yellow color. It's not like super strong, but it does smell like hair dye. So this is just a Sephora angle brush. I'm not really sure where I got this. It's just an angled brush. And it's very, very thin. This is what I would normally use to do my brows, like if I was using a powder or a pomade, but I'm gonna use it for our brows today. Okay, so now that you're zoomed in, hopefully you can see my brows. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this mirror over here. Okay, so remember, a little bit goes a long way, and use a light hand. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start right here at the bottom. And I'm using a really, really light hand. I'm just following the shape of my brows. And get a little bit more. And this is that kind of bald spot of my eyebrows that I like to be tinted really good, so. And what's really cool about this is it will get darker, and then you can see where maybe you put too much product or maybe you got outside of the lines, and then you can take a little makeup wipe and fix it. I like to kind of go upward like this on these hairs. I have another bald spot right there in the middle of my brow. So I really cake on the dye right there. And you can kind of see it's already getting darker. Do really light up here. You don't want a ton of dye up there. Another thing that you can do, if you really like right here to be lighter than the rest of your brow, let that sit for 5 minutes, wipe off that part of your brow, and then let the rest of it sit for the rest of the minutes that you want. You don't need to worry about timing each brow. Just start the timer whenever you're completely done, like when you've finished both brows. It's not gonna make a huge difference if one brow is sitting longer than the other brow. Now I'm just getting a makeup wipe, and you can see right here, there's like this spot of buildup, and I have nails, so I can do this, but if you don't have nails, you can use a Q-tip or those like really cool pointy Q-tips. See, just wipe that away. Just a little bit more right here. See? All better. So I'm actually just gonna add a little bit more product right here where, again, I have these bald spots, because I really want that to look full. Now I'm going to set my timer for about 8 minutes, and then we will wipe this off and see what our results are. Okay, so it's been about 8 minutes. I'm gonna use a makeup wipe now to take this off. If you're doing it at home, I do recommend that you use soap and water, but for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna use a makeup wipe. Really get in there. Okay, so here are my brows with nothing in them. I'm gonna take this little spoolie and kind of drag them backwards so you can see. Take a look at this side. This is exactly what I would want my brows to look like if I was about to walk out the door and go to work. And I'm literally going to wake up looking like this. I think that they look great. I am super excited that this has worked for me. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more of my content, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching and see you next time.